Have you ever been told to eat more fruit because it's healthy, only to find yourself gaining weight, feeling tired, or struggling with blood sugar swings? What if I told you that not all fruits are good for seniors, and that 5 of the most common ones could actually be harming your health after 60? Welcome back to the Senior Health Plus, where each episode helps you stay strong, independent, and sharp as you age. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share might completely change the way you look at healthy eating. I'm Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's oldest practicing doctor, with more than 65 years of experience helping millions of seniors live longer, healthier lives, one simple change at a time. Today we're going to uncover the truth about fruits that may be silently working against you. After 60, your metabolism slows down. Your body can't burn sugar as efficiently as it used to, which means even natural sugars from fruit can hit your bloodstream fast, causing energy crashes, insulin resistance, and stubborn belly fat. And belly fat isn't just about appearance. It's strongly linked to heart disease, stroke, and loss of independence in later life. Here's the catch. The fruits most likely to harm you are often the ones considered healthy. They're colorful, sweet, and heavily marketed as essential parts of a balanced diet. But for seniors, they can increase inflammation, worsen joint pain, and put extra strain on the pancreas. So, which 5 fruits are secretly the worst for people over 60, and why should you think twice before adding them to your plate? For most of your life, you've probably heard that fruit is nature's perfect food. Doctors, teachers, and diet books all say the same thing: eat more fruit. And in many ways that's true. Fruits are full of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help protect your body. But after 60, things get more complicated. The biggest issue is sugar. Yes, the sugar in fruit is natural, but it's still sugar. As we age, our bodies become less effective at processing it. The pancreas must work harder to produce insulin to move sugar into your cells for energy. Over time, this system becomes sluggish, and sugar stays in the bloodstream longer. That leads to spikes and crashes, making you feel weak, foggy, and tired. Repeated spikes can eventually contribute to type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and increased belly fat, all major threats to senior health. Many of my patients tell me, "But doctor, it's just fruit." How can that be bad? The truth is, some fruits have just as much sugar as a candy bar or soda. Your body doesn't distinguish between natural and added sugar when it comes to blood sugar response. Another key issue is fructose, the main sugar in fruit. Unlike glucose, which every cell in your body can use for energy, fructose is processed only in the liver. When you overload the liver with fructose, it converts the excess into fat, especially around the belly and organs. This can lead to fatty liver disease, which causes fatigue, inflammation, and higher cholesterol, all of which accelerate aging. Fiber can help slow sugar absorption, but many of the fruits popular among seniors, like fruit juices, canned fruit in syrup, or very ripe fruits, contain little fiber compared to their sugar load. As a result, sugar floods into the bloodstream almost instantly. Let me give you an example. One of my patients, Mrs. Nakamura, age 73, came to me frustrated. Every morning she had what she thought was a healthy breakfast: orange juice, a banana, and a small bowl of grapes. Yet her blood sugar was spiking dangerously high, leaving her exhausted by mid-morning. When we swapped those foods for lower sugar fruits and added a protein source, her energy returned, her blood sugar stabilized, and her belly fat began to melt away. This is why fruit can be a hidden trap after 60. It's not that fruit is bad, it's that certain fruits and portion sizes no longer match your body's needs. So let's begin with the first fruit on our list, one that seems perfectly innocent but is actually a sugar bomb in disguise. Bananas are convenient, inexpensive, and often praised for their potassium. But for seniors, especially those managing blood sugar or weight, bananas can be a hidden danger. A medium banana contains around 14 grams of sugar and nearly 30 grams of carbohydrates. Your body processes these sugars quickly, leading to a rapid rise in blood sugar, followed by a crash. Many seniors tell me, "Oh, doctor, I feel sleepy an hour after breakfast." When I ask what they ate, the answer is usually a banana. Ripeness also matters. The riper the banana, the higher the sugar. Once those brown spots appear, most of the starch has already turned into simple sugars, making them even more dangerous for those with diabetes or insulin resistance. While bananas do contain potassium, you can easily get the same nutrient from lower sugar foods like spinach, avocados, or beans without the sugar spike. Let me share another real story. Mr. Tekwa, age 70, started eating 2 bananas every morning because he believed they were good for his heart. Within a few months, his fasting blood sugar rose and he began gaining belly fat. When he came to see me, we replaced his bananas with half an avocado and a handful of nuts. His blood sugar stabilized, his waistline shrank, and he told me, "Doctor, I don't feel that mid-morning crash anymore." Science supports this. Studies show that ripe bananas rank high on the glycemic index, meaning they raise blood sugar quickly. For seniors, this can worsen fatigue, increase cravings, and accelerate the risk of type 2 diabetes. There's another common mistake, pairing bananas with fruit juice or cereal. This creates a triple sugar load, one of the fastest ways to spike blood sugar and trigger inflammation. Does that mean you can never eat bananas again?
Not necessarily.
If you love them, choose a small, slightly green banana. It has less sugar, and always pair it with protein, like plain yogurt or a boiled egg, to slow the sugar spike. But the truth is, most seniors eat bananas alone, and that's where the real problem lies. So, the first fruit on our list, bananas, is a sweet trap. It looks like a health food, but for seniors, it's often a sugar bomb in disguise. For seniors, it's far better to choose low-sugar, high-fiber fruits that give you steady energy without sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster. And that brings us to the second worst fruit on our list, one that looks innocent, often appears at parties and seems light and refreshing, yet can quietly overload your body with sugar and water weight. That fruit is grapes. At first glance, grapes seem like the perfect snack. They're small, juicy, and full of antioxidants like resveratrol. But here's the hidden truth. Grapes are almost pure sugar wrapped in a thin skin. Just 1 cup contains around 23 grams of sugar, more than a chocolate bar. And since they're bite-sized, it's easy to eat dozens without even noticing. Unlike larger fruits that fill you up, grapes don't offer much fiber or bulk. You can eat 30 or 40 in one sitting and still feel hungry, while your blood sugar skyrockets. For seniors, that spike is especially harmful. It triggers energy crashes, sugar cravings, and long-term damage to blood vessels. Let me share a real story. Mrs. Hayashi, age 68, came to me puzzled.
"Doctor," she said, "I don't understand why my blood sugar is so high. I never eat sweets." When I asked what she snacked on, she smiled.
"Just grapes. I eat a bowl almost every afternoon." What she didn't realize was that her healthy snack was flooding her system with sugar every single day. After cutting back and replacing grapes with berries, her blood sugar improved dramatically, and she lost 3 pounds in just 1 month. The sugar in grapes is mostly fructose, which your muscles can't use for energy as efficiently. Instead, your liver converts the excess into fat that settles around the belly. Many seniors who snack on grapes daily notice that stubborn midsection fat that refuses to go away. Research confirms this. Diets high in fructose contribute to insulin resistance, fatty liver disease, and obesity, all major health risks after 60. That's why grapes, despite their small size, are one of the worst choices for daily snacking. Now, it's true that grapes contain antioxidants like resveratrol, which can support heart health. But here's the catch. The amount of resveratrol in grapes is tiny. You'd have to eat pounds of grapes to get the same benefit found in a single supplement or glass of red wine. And by then, the sugar damage would far outweigh any advantage. So, what's the solution? If you love grapes, treat them like dessert. Have a small handful occasionally, and ideally pair them with protein or healthy fat to slow the sugar spike. Never eat them by the bowl and avoid dried grapes, raisins altogether. They're even more concentrated sugar bombs. The second fruit on our list, grapes, is proof that looks can be deceiving. Tiny fruits can have a massive impact on blood sugar, weight, and long-term health. Now let's move to the third fruit, one that seniors often drink rather than eat. It's refreshing, sweet, and praised as a source of vitamin C. But for those over 60, it might be one of the worst choices for heart and metabolic health. That fruit is the orange, and even more dangerously, orange juice. At first, oranges seem harmless. They're natural, rich in vitamin C, and commonly marketed as immune boosters. But the truth is, an orange is basically a ball of sugar with a thin layer of fiber. And once that fiber is removed, as in juice, the sugar rush becomes even more intense.
Let's break it down.
A single medium orange contains about 12 grams of sugar, already quite a hit for someone with a slower metabolism. But a typical glass of orange juice has the sugar content of 3 to 4 oranges without any fiber to slow absorption. The result? Your blood sugar soars, insulin spikes, and soon after, you crash. Many of my senior patients tell me, "Doctor, I feel tired and foggy after breakfast, but I thought orange juice was good for me." What they don't realize is that their healthy morning routine is actually setting them up for fatigue, weight gain, and insulin resistance. Some defend oranges because of their vitamin C content. And yes, vitamin C is important, but you don't need all that sugar to get it. Vegetables like bell peppers, broccoli, and kale contain just as much, if not more, vitamin C, without the sugar overload. Science backs this up. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation found that frequent fruit juice consumption was linked to a higher risk of type 2 diabetes in older adults. Even though the sugar in juice is natural, your body processes it like liquid candy once it enters your bloodstream. In short, oranges, sweet, and especially orange juice, are not the friendly breakfast companions they appear to be. Patient Story 1. The Orange Juice Habit Mister. Sito, age 72, came to me frustrated. His belly fat wouldn't budge and his blood sugar was creeping up. He swore he didn't eat sweets, cakes, or drink sodas. But when I asked about his breakfast, he proudly said, "Doctor, I drink a big glass of orange juice every morning. It keeps me healthy." What he didn't realize was that his healthy glass of juice contained nearly 30 grams of sugar, the same as a can of soda. We made one simple change, replacing his orange juice with water, black coffee, and a small side of low-sugar berries. Within 6 weeks, his fasting blood sugar dropped. His waistline shrank by 2 inches, and he told me, "Doctor, I feel sharper and less tired." All because he stopped drinking liquid sugar disguised as health food. Patient Story 2. The Snacking Trap. Another patient, Mrs. Rodriguez, age 69, loved oranges. She ate them throughout the day, believing they were far healthier than cookies or chips. The problem? She was eating 3 to 4 oranges daily, nearly 50 grams of sugar, more than double the recommended daily limit for seniors. Her weight slowly climbed, her joints began to ache, and her doctor warned she was pre-diabetic. Together we swapped her oranges for cucumber slices with hummus and a handful of nuts. The results were remarkable. She lost 7 pounds in 3 months, her blood sugar returned to normal, and even her knee pain eased. "I never thought oranges were hurting me," she said. "I thought they were helping." The inflammation link arranges in orange juice don't just spike blood sugar, they also fuel inflammation. Research shows that high-sugar diets raise inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, CRP. Seniors often feel this as stiff joints, brain fog, or swelling in the legs. Because orange juice delivers sugar so quickly, it triggers repeated inflammatory surges that damage arteries and speed up aging. Better alternatives. Now, does this mean you should never eat an orange again? Not at all. The key is moderation and context. If you love oranges, eat a small one with a protein-rich meal, never on an empty stomach, and never in juice form. Pairing fruit with protein or healthy fat slows down the sugar spike. But for seniors over 60, there are far better options for vitamin C and hydration. Vegetables like bell peppers, broccoli, and kale give you as much vitamin C as oranges without the sugar overload. For hydration, stick with plain water or herbal teas. If you crave that citrus flavor, squeeze a little lemon or lime into your water. You'll get the refreshing taste without the blood sugar crash. The takeaway oranges, and especially orange juice, are not the harmless, immune-boosting foods they're made out to be. For seniors, they can accelerate weight gain, worsen blood sugar control, and increase inflammation. Sadly, many older adults who think they're doing something healthy by drinking orange juice are unknowingly drinking themselves toward diabetes. So, the third fruit on our list is one you should handle with care. Treat oranges as an occasional treat and avoid juice altogether. Your arteries, waistline, and energy levels will thank you. Now, let's move on to the fourth fruit, one that feels exotic, refreshing, and hydrating but can quietly overload your system with sugar and leave you more tired, not energized. That fruit is pineapple. At first glance, pineapple seems like a tropical superfood. It's rich in vitamin C, manganese, and bromelain, an enzyme that helps with digestion. But for seniors, pineapple is a double-edged sword. The danger lies in its extremely high sugar content and acidity. Just 1 cup of pineapple chunks contains more than 16 grams of sugar, nearly the same as a candy bar. And unlike berries, pineapple has very little fiber to slow sugar absorption. This means your blood sugar spikes rapidly, followed by a crash that leaves you tired and craving more. For seniors with insulin resistance, this sugar roller coaster can be especially harmful, causing fatigue, weight gain, and long-term damage to blood vessels. The acid factor pineapple is also highly acidic. Many seniors already deal with acid reflux or sensitive stomachs, and pineapple can make these issues worse. Its acidity can irritate the esophagus, worsen heartburn, and even erode tooth enamel over time. For aging adults already managing oral or digestive health problems, this makes pineapple a risky choice. Patient story. The healthy smoothie. Take the case of Mr. Carter, age 67. Every morning, he blended a smoothie with pineapple, mango, and banana, believing it was a healthy start to his day. It tasted great and gave him an initial burst of energy, but within an hour, he always felt exhausted, sometimes even dizzy. When we checked his blood sugar, it was spiking above 180 mg/dL after his smoothie, dangerously high. Pineapple was the main culprit. Once we replaced it with spinach, cucumber, and a handful of berries, his energy stabilized, and his blood sugar dropped to safe levels. He told me, "Doctor, I feel like I finally have steady energy instead of those highs and crashes." The hidden dental risk many seniors don't realize how closely oral health is tied to overall health. The acids in pineapple can slowly erode tooth enamel, making teeth weaker and more sensitive. For older adults, this can lead to cavities, gum infections, and even increase the risk of heart disease. Yes, your mouth and heart are connected. Studies show that poor dental health raises inflammation throughout the entire body, straining both the heart and circulatory system. When you combine pineapple's high sugar with its strong acidity, it becomes a dangerous mix, harmful to both your teeth and your heart. Better choices. Does this mean you should never eat pineapple again?
Not necessarily.
A small bite in a fruit salad is fine once in a while. But for seniors, eating pineapple daily or in large portions is a mistake. The sugar and acid outweigh the benefits. If you crave something refreshing and tropical, try kiwi or papaya instead. Both are rich in vitamin C and digestive enzymes, but have far less sugar and acidity. And if you just want to add a touch of sweetness to your meal, choose apple slices or berries. They're packed with nutrients and much kinder to your blood sugar and stomach. The takeaway: pineapple may taste like paradise, but for seniors, it can quietly harm blood sugar, digestion, and oral health. Treat it like dessert, an occasional indulgence, not a daily habit. The fifth fruit, the king, that can betray you. The fifth and final fruit on our list is often called the king of fruits. It's golden, juicy, and adored around the world. Seniors see it as an exotic treat, but after 60, it may be one of the most dangerous fruits to eat regularly. Mango. Mangoes are wonderfully sweet, sometimes too sweet. A single medium mango can contain over 45 grams of sugar, more than a can of soda. For an aging body with a slower metabolism, that's far too much to handle efficiently. The blood sugar roller coaster. When you eat a mango, those natural sugars hit your bloodstream fast. Seniors often feel an initial burst of energy, only to crash later with fatigue, brain fog, and cravings. Over time, this constant up and down cycle fuels insulin resistance, the root cause of type 2 diabetes. Even worse, these repeated high sugar spikes trigger oxidative stress, damaging blood vessels, stiffening arteries, and increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. Many people assume fruit sugar is harmless compared to candy or soda, but your body doesn't know the difference. Sugar is sugar, and in high amounts, it's toxic. Patient story, a summer treat gone. Wrong, let me tell you about Mrs. Wilson, age 74. Every summer, she loved eating fresh mangoes.
Doctor, she said, they're natural.
So I thought they were safe. But after several months, she noticed her clothes fitting tighter and her blood sugar creeping up. When we reviewed her diet, she admitted to eating one whole mango almost every evening. Once she replaced that mango with a small handful of berries, the results were dramatic. Her weight stabilized, blood sugar improved, and she told me,
I still enjoy mangoes sometimes, but now I know they're a treat.
Not a daily food, hidden risks. Beyond sugar, mangoes also have a high glycemic index, meaning they raise blood sugar faster than most fruits. For seniors whose systems are more delicate, these sharp spikes create inflammation and add stress to the heart. They're also calorie-dense. One mango can easily add hundreds of extra calories. For less active adults, that often translates into belly fat, which is closely tied to heart disease and insulin resistance. Better alternatives if you love tropical fruits. Safer options include kiwi, papaya, or even a small serving of pineapple in moderation. They offer the flavor of the tropics without the extreme sugar overload. And if you really must enjoy mango, limit it to a few small slices paired with protein or healthy fat. For example, a few mango slices with plain Greek yogurt can slow digestion and prevent that sudden blood sugar spike. The takeaway: mango is seductive with its sweetness, but punishing over time. For seniors, it can accelerate weight gain, worsen insulin resistance, and strain the heart. Like the other fruits we've discussed, it's not about giving it up entirely. It's about awareness and control. Treat mango as a rare indulgence, not a staple. The 5 fruits to watch out for. We've now revealed the 5 worst fruits for seniors: over 60 bananas, grapes, oranges and orange juice, pineapple, mango. Now that you know what to avoid, let's talk about what you can enjoy instead. The smarter fruit choices that help protect your heart, balance your blood sugar, and keep you strong and independent as you age. The smart fruit list. What to eat. Instead, fruit still has a place in your diet after 60. The secret is choosing low sugar, high fiber varieties that support your body instead of working against it. Berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. These are true powerhouses, rich in antioxidants that fight aging and packed with fiber that stabilizes blood sugar. 1 cup of berries has less than half the sugar of a cup of grapes. Apples with the skin on. Apples are full of soluble fiber called pectin, which helps lower cholesterol and improve digestion. Pear slices with nut butter for a balanced, satisfying snack. Pears, gentle on the stomach, hydrating, and naturally sweet without causing major sugar spikes. They're perfect for seniors who want a soft, fiber-rich fruit fare. Kiwi loaded with vitamin C, potassium, and fiber. Kiwi gives you that tropical flavor without the dangerous sugar load of mango. Avocados, yes,
Technically a fruit, but one of the best you can eat.
packed with healthy fats, potassium, and fiber. Avocados support heart health and steady energy. How to eat fruit wisely. It's not just what you eat, but how you eat it. Never eat fruit alone. Always pair it with protein or healthy fat, like berries with Greek yogurt or apple slices with almond butter. Avoid juices and dried fruits. They're concentrated sugar sources with almost no fiber. Your body processes them just like candy. Watch portions. A handful of berries is very different from a whole bowl of grapes. Stick to one small serving. Choose less ripe fruits. Slightly green bananas or firm pears have more resistant starch and less sugar than their overripe versions. Make fruit a complement, not the centerpiece. Build meals around protein and vegetables with fruit as a light accent. The goal isn't to fear fruit, it's to understand it. By making small, smart changes, you can protect your heart, keep your energy stable, and maintain your independence. So instead of bananas, grapes, oranges, pineapple, or mango, fill your kitchen with berries, apples, pears, kiwi, and avocados. These are the fruits that work for your body, not against it. Remember, your golden years should be strong, steady, and vibrant. Stay smart, stay healthy, and stay independent.